Shalom Israel. Before I start, I want to give all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushai, Waharaka Kadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles in Israel, the ruling teacher, the Akims and the Iwas and byways, and those pushing videos in truth, sincerity, to the brothers and sisters in the truth. Now, I'm not expecting this to be a long lesson, but hopefully it's an edifying lesson. Something which we need to be working on when we're in this truth is our character. We need to be working on the inner man and not the outer man. We actually brought this on us talking to a sister, and that's not a sister in the truth, an Eve. And you can see that she seemed more interested in how she came across to others and not really working on the inner self. This is what we're meant to be doing in this truth, man. We're meant to be working on the inner you, the inner me. And that's part of also the craft, the counsel of this kingdom. Want you to be more interested in how you appear to others. It's more about how you appear to others and not how you appear to the Most High. Now, an analogy. Actually, I'm going to show you these two pictures here. One's of a Jake, one's of a Eve. Now, this is a picture of a Jake. Now, we can say to the eye, I'm not saying I'm in oil painting, but we can say to the eye, this brother here may not look too appealing to certain people to the eye. And then it's just the photos I could find, nothing against the brother or the sister whose images I'm using. Now, this sister here, we can look at her and probably say, oh, to the eye, she looks beautiful. But are we meant to be judging according to how someone looks outwardly, or are we meant to be judging according to how someone is on the inside? That's where beauty really stems, from the inside. We're meant to be working from the inside out, whereas this kingdom, it teaches us to work from the outside in. Now, this precept there I want to bring, this is 1 Samuel, because when we're working from the inside out, who are we trying to please? We're actually trying to look beautiful and pleasing to the Most High. When we're working from the outside and you don't really reach the inside, really, if you're working from the outside, how your outside appearance is, not really too worried on your inside, and in that respect, you tend to be trying to please man, look good in the eyes of man, stroke woman. So this is 1 Samuel 16:7. It says, but the Lord said unto Samuel, look not on his countenance or on the height of his stature, because I have refused him. You see that? We may look at a man or a sister and say, yeah, use a man, might look strong, strapping, whatever it may be, and say, yeah, that would be a good person for the job at hand. But then they might look the part, but when it comes up to fulfilling the part, they might not be the part. So it says, but the Lord said unto Samuel, look not on his countenance or on the height of his stature, because I have refused him. For the Lord seeth not as man seeth, for man looketh on the outward appearance, but the Lord looketh upon the heart. And this is what we're meant to be looking for, that inner beauty in our fellow brothers and sisters. So goes back to these two images. Someone might look at the brother and say, hey, it's not a beautiful brother. And visually, you may say that, and this is no disrespect to the brother, because like I said, I'm not oil painting. But you could get to know the brother and you find out, rah, this is the most beautiful brother I've ever met. And then you come here, you look at the sister and say, rah, she look beautiful, nice, Chris, whatever term you want to use. You get to know her, and it's like, oh gosh, she's a devil incarnate. You know what I'm saying? So we need to be working on our inner appearance more than our outer appearance. And that don't mean you let yourself go. You don't care about how your outer appearance may look, but that's not meant to be your first and foremost concern. And a precept come to mind. This is 1 Timothy chapter 2. And in this kingdom, it's normally our sisters that falls into this trap, but you also see that certain brothers are falling into this trap as well these days. They're more concerned about their outer appearance, and their inner appearance is wicked as hell. It says 1 Timothy 2:9, in like manner also that women adorn themselves in modest apparel, with shamefacedness and sobriety. And that can be twofold as well. It says modest apparel. Your apparel is also goes into your character. Let me quickly go back here before I come back to that. This is Zephaniah 1:8. It says, and it shall come to pass in the day of the Lord's sacrifice that I will punish the princes and the king's children and all such as are clothed with strange apparel. Now, strange apparel, apparel we know goes into clothing, but also that goes into your character. That's what's really gonna get us killed at the end of the day. Us being deep in the midst of sin, not working on the inner man. We're more interested on how we look externally, whilst internally, as Yahushua said, those whited sepulchres, dead men's bones, full of dead men's bones. So coming back to 1 Timothy chapter 2:9, it says, in like manner also that women adorn themselves in modest apparel, modest clothing, but also get your character right with shamefacedness and sobriety, not with broidered ear or gold or costly pearls or costly array, but here's a key, but which becometh women professing godliness with good works. That's why I say, yes, on a simple level, it's dealing with your clothing, but also with your character, because it says, which becometh women professing godliness. That's the clothing we're meant to be putting on. The scripture speaks about putting on the whole armor of God. What was it I looked at here? Oh no, forget that. It says, but 1 Timothy 2:10, but which becometh woman professing godliness with good work. So that's the character that we're meant to have. That's the type of clothing we're meant to be putting on. We're meant to be working on our inner self and not our outer self. That's what the Most High is going to be looking on at the end of the day. When Yahushua returns, he's not going to be thinking, right, you know what? I like them pair of trousers you got in, brother. Or, yeah, I like your dressing, my sis. Like, it's a beautiful dress, and that's going to help you get into the kingdom. No, he's going to be looking at your character. He's going to be looking from the inside out. Did you work on the inner man, the inner woman, or was he just concerned about the outer appearance, trying to look good before man and not good before the Most High? So that goes back to what I was reading here in 1 Samuel 16:7. It says, but the Lord said unto Samuel, look not on his countenance, on his face, or the height of his stature, or his physical appearance, because I have refused him. So you can look good as much as you want. You'll see a man in a suit or a woman in their office attire looking all nice and sharp. But that don't mean that, just because they look sharp, they're better than someone that might not have the same type of clothing on. That don't mean that their inner being is better. Going back to the images that are showed, does this mean this guy is not a beautiful brother? Does this image mean this sister is a beautiful sister? No. Until you get to know the inner, because she could look as good as she wants. You get to know her, like I said, that's a troll in disguise. And you look at the brother and put him down, and you get to know him and say, rah, this brother's got a really beautiful spirit. And that's where the beauty lies. On the inner being, not the outer being. This is John 7:24. So this is John 7:24. It says, judge not according to the appearance, but judge righteous judgments. Yeah, when you're judging to the appearance, your judgment is not righteous. If you're looking at how someone may appear on the outside, it says, judge not according to the appearance.
Strong's G 3799, opsis. Opsis.
It says sight, seeing, sight, face, countenance, the outward appearance, the look. Yeah, this is what we're not meant to be judging on. It says properly sight, i.e. by implication, the visage and external show, appearance, countenance, face. Yeah, this is what a lot of people judge by, the external, neglecting that inner person, which is what we're meant to be trying to better ourselves with, that inner man. Ephesians 4 and 22. Ephesians 4 and 22, it says that ye put off concerning the former conversation the old man, which is corrupt according to the deceitful lust, and be renewed in the spirit of your mind. That's how you make yourself beautiful to the Most High, by renewing your mind, getting that inner man, that inner woman correct, getting yourself right with the Most High. So then that you put on the new man, which after the Most High is created in righteousness and true holiness. So you can look as good as you want on the outside, having the best clothes, smelling all sweet, how you spray up yourself with their aftershave, perfume, whatever it may be. You got on the best garments according to what Esau says is good today, walking down the road looking $1 million, as they say. But that's as far as it goes. When someone gets to know you, they realize, right, you're the devil in disguise, man. Yeah, this is 2 Corinthians 11 and 14. It says, and no marvel, for Satan himself is transformed into an angel of light. So just because someone looks good on the outside, that don't mean that they're a good person, or that's someone you need to be around. You need to get to know the inner self, the inner person. That's when you're going to know if someone's really beautiful. Yeah, get to know their character. And that word character. Yeah.
Character.
Yes, it says the mental and moral qualities distinctive to an individual. Yeah, it says similar personality, their nature, their disposition, their temperament, mentality, temper. What's that person like? Have they got a good personality, or does their personality stink? Nothing to do with, oh yeah, they're dressed sharp, they smell good, that means they're a good person. No. What's that person's character like? Are they beautiful inside? Before you recognize their beauty on the out. And obviously, the beauty on the out has its place, because you're gonna get with someone who is appealing to your eye. They say beauty is in the eye of the beholder. But remember, a brother was telling me an account of this sister. She wasn't really beautiful like that compared to other sisters that she used to move around with. But as he got to know her more, her beauty stood out more. She became more appealing to the eye because her inner self was showing. I've even seen sisters that I myself, I said, boy, she's too pretty. And with that comes bare problem. So it's not necessarily the beauty on the outside, the external character. It's the internal character we're meant to be working on. This is Psalms. This is Psalms 51 and 6. It says, behold, thou desirest truth in the inward parts. Okay? Getting back to your mind. It says, and in the hidden part thou shalt make me to know wisdom. So this is what the Most High is looking at. He's not looking at how sharp you dress, how good your physique is, how crisp you had your hair cut last week, your shoe them look sharp, you got your alligators on or your Crocs, whatever it may be. He wants to see if you're inside the car. I'll tell you this for free. Going back to the same thing I was saying, you could look worse than this brother here. And like I said, no disrespect to the brother, because I myself ain't no oil painting, but just using this image as an example. But in the eyes of the Most High, like, you're in the carnal term, you're the hottest thing going around. Yeah. And you can look as beautiful as this sister may look, and in the eyes of the Most High, all you're good for is burning. Actually, at times, we say it when we're on the highways, you're calling out to people, and they're ignoring your word, and you say, boy, the Most High has made some beautiful firewood. You know what I'm saying? It's made some beautiful firewood, but yeah, that's what I wanted to touch, man. We're meant to be working on. Oh, let me see if I can find it. I quoted it. Let me bring this out. Yeah, this is Shalom. Romans 7:22 says, "For I delight in the law of the Most High after the inward man." Going back to what King David said, Psalms 51 says, "Behold, thou desirest truth in the inward parts." Yeah. Samuel says, "Because I am refusing, for the Lord seeth not as man seeth, for man looketh on the outward appearance, but the Lord looketh on the heart." Yeah, look on the inner man, the inner woman. And this is Romans 7:22 again. It says, "For I delight in the law of the Most High after the inward man." This is what we're meant to be working on, man. And like I said, that don't mean you're neglecting your outward appearance. Yeah. But that's not your be all and end all, which is what this kingdom has us believing in. It's all about how you look on the outside. Oh, that's what I'm looking for. This is Matthew 23. And I'll start up a bit. Matthew 23 and 25 says, "Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for you make clean the outside of the cup and of the platter." So yeah, you dressed up, you doled yourself up, you're looking all nice, you got your best suit, you got on your best dress, your makeup's all done, your lashes, you got your trim, looking sharp, whatever it may be. But within they are full of extortion and excess. So our blind Pharisee, cleanse first that which is within. Get that inner spirit right, get that inner man right, that inner woman. It says, cleanse first that which is within the cup and platter, that the outside of them may be clean also. Yeah. So for your outside to be clean, you need to be clean from the inside. And that brought another precept to my head. Let's 3. First Peter 3. Yeah. First Peter 3:21 says, "The like figure whereunto even baptism does also now save us." It says, "Not the putting away of the filth of the flesh," which is what? Through water, "but the answer of a good conscience towards the Most High." Yeah, you're getting your mind right by the resurrection of Yahushua and Mashiach. So going back here, Matthew 23 and 26 says, "Thou blind Pharisee, cleanse first that which is within the cup and platter, that the outside of them may be clean also." You can't clean from the outside and expect your inside to be clean. You have to clean from the inside so that your outside can be clean. And we're making it clean in the eyes of the Most High, not to the sight of men. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for ye are like unto whited sepulchres, which indeed appear beautiful outward. Yeah, many of our people look beautiful outward, but are within full of dead men's bones and of all uncleanness. Even so ye also outwardly appear righteous unto men, but within ye are full of hypocrisy and iniquity. Yeah, you're not worked on the inner man. Yeah, that's what you have to do. Work on the inner man, the inner sis. It says, woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, because ye build the tombs of the prophets and gnash the sepulchres of the righteous. Yeah, but it's gone there. But yeah, you get what I'm trying to say, you know. Work on that character, man. Work on the inner you first. Yeah, that don't mean you disregard your outward appearance. But work on the inner self, man. Because many of our people, they want to work on the outer beauty. And inwardly, these whited sepulchres, man. Yeah, which indeed appear beautiful outward. Yeah. And I don't know this sister, so I'm not saying she's not beautiful inside, but just using this image as an example. She could appear beautiful outwardly, but inwardly is that whited sepulchre. And the brother may not appeal to many sisters outwardly, but inwardly is a very beautiful brothers. And that's what traps a lot of people as well. You know, you hear, you know, a sister might come up to might a good man, what we deem quote unquote a good man, but they want that bad man, that bad guy, the one with the flashy cars, flashing their dough, get treated like shit, and they say, oh, there's no good men around. But then when the good man did come up to you, you know, his inner self, you overlooked it. Yeah? You was looking at the bad man, the flashiness of whatever they were flashing. That's why the scripture says here again, brings out again, 2 Corinthians 11:14, and no marvel, for Satan himself is transformed into an angel of light. Yeah, enough of our people out there, the devil themselves, man. They just transform themselves into an angel of light by looking beautiful on the outside, whilst the inside is full of dead men's bones. Yeah, but, you know, we're going to end it there. Hopefully it was edifying. Actually, there's a few more precepts there. We'll bring these out first. This is 2 Corinthians 10:7. Do you look on things after the outward appearance? Yeah. If any man trust himself that he is a Mashiach, let him on of himself think this again, that as he is a Mashiach, even so are we a Mashiach. Yeah, but it says, do you look on things after the outward appearance? Now, we're meant to be checking that inner man. The brother brought the same precept I brought early on. Judge not according to their appearance. Yeah, but judge righteous judgments. If you judge them to their appearance, it's not righteous judgment, because that person could be wicked as hell. But just because they look sharp, you know, smell nice, all of a sudden you want to put them up in the higher platters of the seat next to you, and that those that don't look as good, you jot them down the line when, you know, you got the devil sitting next to you. But yeah, as I was saying, hopefully this lesson was edifying. With that, I'm going to close out. Give all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Baruch HaKadosh, Kwame Sha'ala.